Sean Parr, Caleb Remington, and how about this? I love the new Coleman motorhomes. These are absolutely beautiful, and I love the way that Chris Young gets so excited when he starts talking about a new unit like this, and he just dials it right in.
It does, yeah. We're actually in a very similar, same unit, actually, same floor plan, different model, but we love it.
We started this next segment, Caleb.
Yep.
By the way, Caleb Remington, Sean Parr, so glad to be here with you on the national tour as the Ultimate RV Show continues. We started this next segment a couple of weeks ago because you asked for it. Are you ready to do this?
I'm so ready for this face-off.
Oh, the RV Faceoff. Now, the interesting thing about it is we're taking the Ozark and we're going to go up against the Silverlake, and they're going to go wheel to wheel with this competition.
Wheel to wheel. We just went wheel to wheel with the jerkies, and now we're going to do it on these RVs.
By the way, great job on the ultimate market sweep right there. All right, so this is the RV Face-Off. It's because you asked for it. The Ozark taking on the Silverlake. Take it away. Let's see what we got.
I'm excited about this one right here, folks. Now listen. I may not have the dance moves of John Travolta or the acting talent of Nick Cage. However, today we have ourselves a good old-fashioned face-off. That's right, we are looking at the Forest River Ozark versus the East to West Silverlake, and I am amped. These are two amazing brands, and as we can take a step inside here, we'll take a look. So the nice thing about Ozark, right, is you're looking at some smaller, lightweight travel trailers for the most part. The reason I love this is for people that are just getting into RVing, this is a great line. They have a lot of versatility. They have couples models like we're in right now. We'll have bunk models. They have toy haulers, whether you're, hauling a golf cart or if you have a quad or you have motorcycles, right? The line has a lot of options and most of them are very lightweight. So, some of these, like this one here, we can tow with a mid-size SUV, up to a little bit larger. So you don't necessarily have to go out and buy a bigger truck, which I absolutely love. And it's a fantastic price point. So again, you're looking to get into RVing. It's something that's brand new to you. Just kind of want to dip your toe in. The Ozark is a great starting point, a great line, and they have some amazing floor plans as well. And take a look up front, and some of the ingenuity they put into this as well. Even though it's a lower priced camper, doesn't mean that, they don't put in some R&D. They did some really cool things like this. I love this in this floor plan. They give you a space underneath that bed. So if you want to put your shoes in there, your slippers, if you have a laundry basket, you can slide it in right there. And look at this. They utilized your storage space. You get access to all that storage outside. So you have several different access points. For the bed, we know the RV industry knows a lot of people, like myself, sleep with a CPAP machine. And so when I go camping, I want to take it with me. I want to feel refreshed. I don't want to feel tired from waking up all night and not knowing it. So I take my CPAP machine with me, and this one has electrical outlets, so that way I'm able to plug that in and get a good night's sleep. Let's whip it around for them real quick, show what we have in the rest of the floor plan. So if you take a look, in this particular one, they give you a campsite dinette, which I always love when manufacturers do this, especially in a smaller floor plan. I love the fabric choice. If you take a look, you can see they use like a blue stitching. So again, even though it is an entry-level camper, it doesn't mean that they are totally skimping on things. I mean, this is a nice leatherette material, cleans up very easy. You can see that you can unzip it if you need to wash it, right? So you can take it out of there. And the fact they have a different colored stitching, a two-tone, it costs a little bit more money, but that's okay because, it's just one of those things they're making sure that you're getting quality product. This does drop down into a bed in the floor plan here as well. You know what else is really cool is with this unit, a lot of times in something this size, they would put in a side mount, right? A walled AC unit. But here you go, you have a roof mount unit, 13,500 BTU, and folks, that thing will cool this RV down in a hurry. The countertops are nice as well. You have some upgraded countertops over T-mold, right? So you don't have to worry about any T-mold or anything popping off. They're also a little bit thinner than your standard countertop, which again helps with weight. They're trying to make sure you can tow it with that everyday driver. Big sink in this particular floor plan. You have the high-rise faucet, more outlets here, both USB and electrical outlets. The fridge freezer combo, we'll open that guy up. It's a Norcold, a great unit. You can adjust the thermostat right here. It's very easy to get to. This unit does run off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. And when we go into the bathroom here, Take a look at this. This particular unit is a rear bath. And the great thing about a rear bath is you have a lot of space. So, you know, we have a big shower. I mean, you know, I'm going to stand up in here just to show you, because this is one of those things that often doesn't happen when you're talking about lightweight units. At 6 foot, a lot of times if I'm looking at something that's under 3,500 pounds, I can't stand all the way up. And in this unit, I can. So, you know, that's one of those things, that one of those benefits of the Ozark, right? It has a little bit more height. You're not going to have to curl down if you are, you know, taking a shower in there. So just a ton of amenities here on the inside. And the door, as we take a look outside, again, some features here. You have a friction hinge door. So what that means is kind of wherever you put it, right, you can just kind of set it and it stays there. So I love that fact. The stairs are upgraded aluminum steps with the rubber on there. Gives you a little extra traction. So it makes it easier, right, to step up in there. And the aluminum, folks, that doesn't rust, which is awesome. You get the bigger grab handle on there. Solar prep is a huge feature. And take a look at this front end. So one of the things I love about the Ozark, you have the rolled aluminum sides, but they give you the smooth aluminum front. And this right here is phenomenal. Not only does it look great, you know, it helps with the graphics here as well, but it's easy to clean. And that's a big one for me, right? When all those bug splatters are on there, I want to make sure this unit is easy to clean. Right down below is your diamond plate. So that's going to help protect that front end from any rocks and debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And so another cool thing, right? So we see this, and you're looking at it, and you're like, hey, I love the front end, the smooth fiberglass. I'm not a big fan of the rolled fiberglass, right? Like maybe I want smooth sidewalls. Here's what I love about the Ozark. If we flip it around, we can take a look at the Ascent package, and with that, you get fiberglass walls. So with the Ozark, you can get the same floor plan. It doesn't matter if it's the aluminum or the fiberglass walls. You can get that upgraded package and move into the fiberglass. Get those smooth walls. And again, you get the aluminum steps here. We have the larger grab handle. When we walk inside this beautiful floor plan, you start to see things are a little bit different than what we had before. I talked about versatility in the Ozarks, right? And this is where you really start to see it. So the bed is twisted a little bit. You know, we kind of have more of a corner style bed. You get the storage up top and the wardrobe space over here. But here's the big thing. Why don't you step forward, turn around for everyone, folks. I want to show you something. Look at how much space you have in this layout. You saw the bed, you get a dinette, you have double over double bunks, you get the full kitchen, bathroom in the corner, and my favorite part about this is this unit is under 3,500 pounds dry. Folks, that means if you have a mid-size SUV, like I have a Kia Sorento, and you know that has, if you equip it right, you know, get the tow package, which mine has, you can tow up to 5,000 pounds. That means I can easily tow this and all the gear I need to put in it, and I don't have to go out and buy a bigger truck. And if you're starting to get into RVing, that is why I love the Ozark, because it's a lower barrier to entry, right? I know a lot of people, especially now, you know, with what we had in 2020, people are looking for a safer way to kind of enjoy each other, enjoy family, go on vacation. And RVing is an excellent way to do it. But a lot of people don't want to go out and buy a truck. And something like this allows you to get out there and start making those memories. And if you have kids, folks, I am telling you, I don't have a ton of memories from childhood, but one of them that I absolutely have is going camping. And anyone you talk to, anyone that's had camping experience, anyone that camped as a kid, I guarantee they can tell you all about the camping adventures they had and how much they loved it when they were young. And this gives you the ability to do that with your family. You get the big bunks, the teddy bear bunk series. This one has a ton of storage underneath, if you can see that. Beautiful flooring. You kind of have like a herringbone pattern all throughout here. That same fabric we saw before, you know, the table is the same upgraded material that you have over here in the countertop. And again, you get the big basin, the big sink basin with that high-rise faucet, 2-burner cooktop, direct vent furnace. That's a big one. You know, if you plan on doing any cold weather camping, you need to make sure things are going to stay nice and warm, and that right there will do it. Especially a smaller camper like this, that direct vent will actually heat it up faster than a ducted one, because it's all just blowing right into the main space of this camper. You know, you don't have a bunch of separate rooms, so that direct vent does an awesome job. And you know, if we take a look at the bathroom, again, corner bath, but you can see how much space you have. You know what? I'm going to step back in the shower again. I just want to show you guys, 6 foot tall. I can stand in the shower in here, right? And so if that's one of those things, if you've been looking at some smaller, lightweight campers, one of the things that have been turning you off is the fact that, you know, you don't want to have to duck in the shower. You want that little bit extra ceiling height, right? You're a little bit taller. At 6 foot, I can clear the AC unit. You know, I don't have to duck down. Then the Ozark is an excellent line to start with. And as I said, you know, if we're talking about, you know, families and building memories, this unit right here knocks it out of the park. And with that Ascent package, if we take a look, you know, we'll kind of walk back a little bit. Again, you can see the beautiful fiberglass sides that we have on here, electrical outlet, power awning. That's a big one. Touch a button, that thing just rolls right out, has an LED light strip that sets up your camp space right there. You know, that is a big one because, you know, if you've gone camping before in the past and you had a manual awning, right, it's a two-person job. This is an entry-level camper and you're getting great amenities like a power awning where you can just touch a button and that thing just rolls right out. Super simple and easy to set up. And if you want to set up some party lights, if you have flamingos, if you have pineapples, we offer them in our store, they're fun. You can absolutely hang them, but you also have a light. You can just flip a switch and you're good to go. A spare tire comes with it as well. And that's one of those things that, you know, if hopefully you never have to use it, right? I always tell people that. Hopefully you never have to use a spare tire, but having it right back here makes it super simple and easy to get to. You don't have to get down on your hands and knees or in the mud. Outside showers, a big one too, especially if you have dogs. You know, you want to be able to wash them off, dry them off before they go in the camper. That right there gives you the ability to do it. And I know another big one is right there, backup camera prep. A lot of people, especially if you're new to RVing, right? You know, getting into the campsite, backing in sometimes can be a little tricky. That backup camera helps immensely because you're able to see what's behind you. You can see your spotter. I love my wife to death, and I say this all the time, but when she's spotting, right, I swear this is what she does. Like I'm on you know, either side looking in my mirrors, and I'm like, honey, I can't see you. Like, where are you? What are you doing? But right here with that backup camera, it makes it a lot easier. So, you know, no matter where they're at, you can either see in a mirror, see in that backup camera. It really just helps back it up. So that's the Ozark, right? A lot of things to love about the Ozark. Absolutely fantastic line. But as you know, this is a face-off, which means we have to go head-to-head against another line. So what line is that? That is the East to West Silverlake, another Forest River brand. To my knowledge, it is the newest Forest River brand, and they have some big features in here as well. So let's take a step inside. I want to show you some of the inside features first. This unit we're going to look at is the 20 KRD. Now, the thing I love about this one is it's a little bit longer, right? You know, you're a little bit over 30 foot, but it doesn't have any slides. A lot of times I get people that are new to RVing that are afraid of slides. And I personally, I don't think you should be. If you take a look at the lots, the vast majority RVs have slides, but maybe your campsite doesn't allow for it. You know, maybe, you know, you want to do a lot of camping in state parks or national parks where they're a lot tighter and there's a lot of trees, and you just, you know, don't want that extra slide. Then something like this is absolutely perfect. And we'll take a look in the back, and the reason I love this particular floor plan so much. But first, a few things about the Silverlake in general. One of the big ones is this right here. Folks, I'm telling you, this is a king-size bed, right? This is the same size bed that I have at home. You want to talk about camping and comfort. This allows you to do it. You can have two people here. You're absolutely good. You know, you're not going to elbow each other in the middle of the night. And if you see, I'll kind of get up, but there's cubby holes right in the back. Right? And that is built, just like I talked about a little bit in the Ozark, that is built for the CPAP machine. So you can put those back there and they're tucked away. You have wardrobes on both sides, storage all the way across the top. And as we spin it around, let me show you the kitchen in here, right? Because, you know, they really kind of step things up another level. So you'll see here the countertop's a little bit thicker. This is a special type of countertop. It goes by several different names. You know, it can be thermoformed or it goes by a couple other names. So basically what it is they heat treat this top layer to wood. And when they do that, it eliminates the T-mold, so you don't have to worry about anything coming off here. The big advantage of that, one, it looks a lot nicer. Two, water's not going to get down in there, right? That's one of the big problems with T-mold is water starts to seep into the countertop and starts to rot it away. You don't have to worry about that here, to the point that you can undermount a sink. You can't undermount if you have, you know, laminate T-mold countertops. You can't do it because water will get in there and again, it'll start rotting it out. But not the case here. Beautiful undermount, nicer presentation if you get sink top covers, right? It becomes like a flush surface, so you get more prep space. The deep stainless steel sink. You know, we saw in the Ozark, we had a composite. You move into the Silverlake, now we're into stainless steel. Very modern cuts, a deep bowl, an upgraded faucet, right? You get a lot more modern faucet here. Moving our way down, you get a full 3-burner cooktop versus a 2. And so, you know, if you plan on doing more cooking, the kitchen in here will definitely serve you a little bit better. Plenty of storage, right? They always make sure there's drawers because, to be honest, folks, if you don't have drawers in a kitchen, the kitchen's just not gonna work. But you definitely have drawer space, cabinets all up top here. And when you take a look at the furniture itself, I like the color scheme that they went with, right? It's a nice, like soft, neutral brown. And for me, that's good because that means you get to add your own colors. You know, if you want to throw some pops of color in here, you absolutely can. But even if you do nothing, it's still a beautiful look. I think they just chose wonderful colors and they broke it up just enough with it having it a little bit lighter here than the rest. And once again, this cleans up very, very easily. You have the nice tabletop right here with dual pedestal legs, so that way it's sturdy, electrical outlet underneath. The spot to put a TV, if you want a TV, you can have it right there. And this jackknife sofa that I'm sitting in is extremely comfortable. You can see how I just sink into it. Same thing if I lean back, very comfortable. They use excellent, upgraded plush furniture in here. If we take a look underneath, if you're new to RVing, one of the great things about a jackknife sofa is all the storage you get underneath. And it is big storage, it's long storage. And so they use a lot of these things as standards. You know, you have that king size bed standard. You get this beautiful, comfortable jackknife sofa as a standard. You'll see more storage up top here. And this one, right, this is a little bit different refrigerator. We're looking at a propane and electric. So with this one, if you don't have any kind of shore power and you don't want to worry about, solar or anything like that, you can run this off propane, right? The same thing you're heating your coach with, the same thing that you're using on your cooktop, you can use that propane to cool down your food to run this fridge as well. So, again, there's definitely a ton of things to love inside the east to west Silverlake, but let's take a look at the outside, right? Let's head on out here and take a look at what we have. So, as we walk around the front, right, I want to show you a few things. One of them is this. So take a look at this. You want to talk about beautiful pass-through and attention to detail. When we look at travel trailers, most travel trailers don't completely finish off the pass-through, but Silverlake did. They went that extra step to give you that nicer looking as well as more functional pass-through storage. So you don't have to worry about the rafters in there, right? You're not gonna pull anything out and start hitting stuff on them. New for 2021 is this right here. They went to upgraded steps. You have the MORride step above step system, which is an amazing step system. Again, aluminum treads, they're not gonna rust. But here's the big thing I love. Folks, I am over 210 pounds. Watch this, ready? I can dance up this thing. Woo! Start doing my John Travolta. All right, I know it's not as good. I tried. But as you can see, right, I can jump on these steps and they're not gonna flex. They are very sturdy. You get the big grab handle right here so that you have that control when entering or exiting the RV. If it's a grab handle right here, it doesn't help you when you exit. But with this one, take a look at this, right? You're coming down the steps. I have this right here. I have full control coming all the way down. I mean, full control, right? Moving over here, you have hookup for an outside TV. So if you want a TV out here, you can have that. Again, big power awning. Some of the things you can't see. Underneath, we have a fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly with a 35,000 BTU furnace. Folks, that's the same size furnace as you will see in, some of your 40-foot fifth wheels. I mean, that thing can heat up some space. And with that fully enclosed underbelly, that heat will blow down in there and it will help prevent your tanks and lines from freezing up on you. So that way you can camp later into the season. But you know what? There's versatility in floor plans here too. Let's check out the 31 K3S. Right back here real quick before we go inside, I want to show you, right? We talk about versatility in floor plans, magnetic catches, by the way. Look at that, you get the outside kitchen, and this one has a griddle. If you've seen my videos, you know how much I love a griddle because you can cook darn near anything on there, I swear. And my favorite, right, I call this Dad's fridge. You know, I might put something in there for the kids, but I'm selfish when it comes to the outside fridge. But let's head right inside, because again, we will see some of these amazing features that we saw before, right? We see the upgraded countertops. You can see that undermount sink. Taking a look over here, you can see that same style sofa, that beautiful plush jackknife sofa. All the storage that you have underneath that jackknife. Big dinette. This is something else I want to point out. Not all dinette sizes are the same. East to West does a great job of making sure you have a big dinette, a lot of space here. I can easily sit another person here, no problem. We're not tight, we're not gonna be bumping elbows. If we're playing a game, if we're eating a meal, we're very comfortable here in this table. Another big one that I love that they added for 2021 is right behind the sink. You see the size of that window? Now it needs to be washed, it looks a little dirty, but this is something else they added that I love. In most floor plans where they're able, they put in this window, which gives you a view out to your campsite, no matter what the floor plan layout is, and it lets in a lot of natural light. Really helps, you know, take the already kind of bright interior and brighten it up even more. And in most floor plans where they have a slide, they put in a fireplace. Now, if you're new to RVing, you know, because I've had a lot of people that say, Ian, why would I ever need a fireplace in an RV? That's overkill. But here's the thing, folks. Not only does this look great when you turn it on, but more importantly, if you have shore power, you're plugged in, right? Because it runs off 120. You can't run it off 12-volt batteries. But if you have shore power or a generator, that is free heat. And what I mean by that is when you go camping, most of the time, you don't have to pay for electric, right? So you plug it in, you use that to heat up your RV because it is a big space heater, and that acts as free heat. Now, we have the bathroom right here, but what I want to show you more importantly is in the back, because this is another thing I love about East to West is the variety of floor plans. Look at this. You have 2 slides in here. Folks, this is like a kid's dream come true. You want to talk about a great camping experience? They have a mansion back here. I mean, you can do jumping jacks, you can do push-ups, you know, they can run in circles if they want. You have 4 beds, right? They call it quad bunks in the industry, right? So you have 4 different beds in here. You have clothes storage. Something that's very rare when you're talking about bunk models is having a lot of clothes storage. You have a wardrobe there and a wardrobe here. If you hook up a TV, maybe you want to bring a gaming station for the kids on a rainy day. Shut that a little loud, sorry. You can hook that up right there, and everyone, no matter where they're sitting, is able to watch the TV. So they're not fighting over who gets the TV, right? And again, beautiful wallboard. Look what they've done to trim it out. A lot of manufacturers, when you're looking at the door jambs, it'll just be like a piece of plastic that they set over it. You get actual trim work for the doors. So that way the doors open and close the way that they should. Plus, it just looks a whole lot nicer. It looks a lot more residential, which is one of the things I love so much about East to West in their design, and the things that they bring into it is that they tried to make it as residential in both appearance and function as possible, and I think they did a great job. And before we head out, I just want to show you this one more time. Let's take a look right up here. You know what, I'll switch spaces with you. Get up in there. What I want to show you guys is that just like we saw before, one of the standards you have in the East to West is a big king size bed. You have storage all the way around, but that big king bed in there, so you're not, you know, again, hitting each other in the middle of the night. You have more than enough room to do what you need to do. Now, as we come around to the outside, there is a few other things that I want to make sure we hit on. A couple big ones. One is a power tongue jack. This really makes it so much easier to connect and disconnect from your tow vehicle, because with this, folks, all you have to do is flip the rocker switch, and just like that, the tongue will raise or lower. No longer do you have to sit here and wear down your elbow, right? You know, doing all this work, this circular motion, all of a sudden your elbow starts to hurt, you cramp up. Nobody wants that. Why do all that when you can do this right here? You know what I mean? You get a light up there if you're connecting or disconnecting at night. You get dual 20-pound propane tanks. We talked about it, right? That fridge can run off propane too if you want it to. So we get 2 20-pound tanks on there. The front end is that nice smooth aluminum as well, which I absolutely love. The diamond plating. The frame is not only extra reinforced, you can see how thick that frame is, but also it has a powder coating on there to help prevent it from rusting. And also with that, let me show you something else. Come on, we're gonna drop down. Come on over to this side a second. Drop down with me here, and I want to show you something. That's this right here, right? We're looking at huck bolts. And you might say, Ian, what is Huck bolts? What's the advantage there, right? So this is a BAL frame, which is a little bit more expensive than your standard frame. Now, the reason that Huck bolts are advantageous is for a couple different reasons. Basically, what they do is instead of welding the frame, right, they use those Huck bolts to connect it. So if you ever have any kind of damage, right, you back into a big stump, you accidentally hit something, someone hits you, the frame is a lot easier to repair. Think about a car that's welded, and when you get into an accident, it bends the frame. It's very expensive. Here, you can remove those bolts, well, cut those bolts, remove sections, reapply new sections, and it's cheaper. Also, it's been shown that the majority of rust on a frame starts at the weld point, so by eliminating those weld points, you help to hopefully reduce the chance of rust beginning there. So, in conclusion, one of the things I always like to do, right, and I always tell people this, when you're looking at anything, when you're looking at a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, a Class C, a Class A, write down the pros and cons, right? See what you like, see what you don't like, because no matter what, there's pros to a lot of things in the RV industry. There's going to be some cons in some as well. So let's start with the Silverlake. What are the big pros for me? One, you get a king-size bed standard. Not only is that great functionally, but it's also something we very rarely see in a travel trailer. Some fifth wheels will have it, but to have that in a travel trailer, again, is something that is fairly rare. Second, the heated and enclosed underbelly with a 35,000 BTU furnace. The underbelly will give you more camping season, right? It'll help extend it because you can camp in colder temps. More importantly, that 35,000 BTU furnace will make sure you stay toasty both inside and your underbelly as well. The third is the fact you get high-end amenities for affordable prices. This thing has the king-size bed. You get the upgraded countertops, the nicer faucet, the big furnace, you know, the upgraded frame. You get all these features and it's not going to break the bank. But like anything, there's cons as well. So what's the cons to a Silverlake? What may keep you away? Well, the biggest one for me is that there's only one floor plan under 5,000 pounds. So what that means is if you want to tow with your daily driver, if you have an SUV, the Silverlake may not be for you because chances are you're not going to be able to tow it. You're just not going to have the capacity to do it. So what about the Ozarks, right? We covered the Silverlakes. There's a lot of great things to love. We have some cons there as well. And what was the big con? The fact that, you know, most of them are pretty heavy. Well, here's the thing. That's the exact opposite when we talk about the Ozark. And this is one of the things that I love. It's an entry-level camper, and they put it at exactly the way it needs to be. All but one floor plan for the Ozark is under 5,000 pounds dry. So what that means is most of these you can tow with a mid-size SUV. Some of the larger ones, a large SUV. So think, you know, if you have like I said, a Kia Sorento like I have, it'll tow both of these floor plans we saw. You move up a little bit, no problem. You can move up to something like a Tahoe, right? Still a great family vehicle and still be able to haul these. Also, you get multiple floor plan options. They have couples models, they have bunk models, they have toy haulers, they have a ton of different things to meet every different lifestyle depending on what you want. And my third big pro is the fact it offers the Ascent package to upgrade to fiberglass. Not a lot of manufacturers will do that where you get an option of both, but on the Ozark, you can do the rolled aluminum or you can do the fiberglass. Either way, you're good to go. The big con for me is the fact that the non-toy hauler models are all 23 foot or less. They have to be lightweight. In order to be lightweight, they have to be smaller. So if you're looking for something that has a big bunkhouse in the back, the Ozark's not gonna be the one. But folks, that wraps up the face-off. I know that my dance skills were amazing. Maybe they can beat John Travolta. My acting skills still need some work. But again, I hope you enjoyed it. This has been the Forest River Ozark versus the Forest River East to West Silverlake.
Hi, we're Tiffany and Caleb from Us the Remingtons. We are our traveling family of 3 and soon to be 4.
We absolutely love this lifestyle of hiking, fishing, kayaking, adventuring.
We've lived in an RV for 2.5 years. We first traveled in a Class A motorhome, 36 foot, so spacious. We loved it. And now we have the opportunity to travel in something a little smaller, a little bit more mobile.
We are going from East Coast to West Coast in a brand new 2021 Thor Freedom Elite. And we're so fortunate to partner with Camping World, Gander RV, and Good Sam on this awesome road trip across America.
We're excited to take you on the adventure.
Hey everyone, I'm Ian Baker, and I am joined today by my good friends, Caleb and Tiffany from Us the Remingtons. And today, we're gonna talk a little bit about kind of one of the businesses of Good Sam. A lot of people know of the campground discount, they know of the merchandise discount in the store, but there's a lot more to it. And one of those things is tire and wheel protection. And I don't know about you guys, but you know, I'm from Michigan and the roads are not gentle. They are not kind. I mean, you guys have done some traveling. What have your experiences been?
I mean, we're from Chicago, so we're pothole century. So we know the rugged life of Michiganers. But yeah, I think Caleb does. I'm not gonna lie here. Caleb does most of the driving.
Okay. We'll say 99.9%.
That's true. She did drive around the campsite once.
I think, yeah, there you go.
That's a mile under the belt.
That's a huge thing.
No, yeah, the tire protection obviously is crucial. You don't really think about when you first get an RV, but you know, as soon as you start driving on the road and you might see tire chunks here and there, you automatically think like, shoot, what happens if we blow a tire? And so having that protection, having that safety, because you never know. These are giant, big, heavy rigs flying down the road, going 70 miles an hour.
Yep.
And yeah, tire safety is crucial.
Well, and I'll tell you, you know, when my wife was pregnant, she happened to tell me that every pothole that is in the road, somehow I managed to hit. So I don't know if you guys have the same experience, but that's exactly how it was for me.
Yeah.
And if you guys ever blown a tire? You ever had that experience? I know it's one of like the dreaded fears, right? When in RVing.
No, yeah,
Thankfully we haven't,
haven't.
but
Knock on wood.
knock on wood.
Yeah, when we got our first Class A motorhome, it had old tires, and the first thing we did was replace them.
Okay.
Just to avoid that, but no. Have you had any blowouts?
I have.
You have?
I have, yeah. So, and it's interesting, right? Because if a normal tow vehicle, or a normal car, right? You know, you're driving a car, I have no problem changing my own tire. You know, I can make that work. I may have soft hands, but I can change a tire. So, but you know, I was driving a Class C, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. You know, driving, and all of a sudden I hear a big pop. Look back in my mirror, bunch of smoke coming out, and I'm like, well, that's probably not good. And so pull off to the side of the road and go and take a look, and sure enough, you know, it was a dually and my inside tire had blown.
Yeah. Great. That's scary.
It is. It absolutely is. You know, and everyone riding was like, what in the world is that? And you know, my heart starts racing. You know, like everything starts to slow down, and I'm like, please don't be massive damage. Please don't be massive damage. You know, like I know we didn't overload. What's going on?
Yeah.
And no, so you know, we went back there, and sure enough, you know, I don't know how to change a tire. I mean, I don't have a jack that can lift this thing up, and so you know, I did. Luckily, being a Camping World employee, I have Good Sam.
Yeah.
And so I did call them. They came out, and it was actually interesting because they have to come out with a special vehicle, a special rig to be able to jack it up. It's actually generally the same thing they would come out to help like an 18-wheeler, you know, like a semi-truck. You know, because it's the same thing. If their truck blows a tire, you need some kind of special equipment. And so the cool thing about this, and they were able to fix it, and you know, I got back on the road. I don't know if this is technically legal, but my passengers all had beers while we were waiting because they were in the fridge, you know. I was driving, I was sober, but
you gotta
do what you gotta do. You gotta make the best of it, you know. It's all about the experience.
But that's the thing. It's like we don't have to have necessarily experience to worry about that experience happening. So I think like for us, it's something that always sits in the back of their mind as soon as we turn the car on. So to have, again, reassurance and like success stories like yourself, like, hey, you know, it's actually not as bad as it can be. And then also Good Sam was there to help you. It gives us peace of mind while we're on the road.
Exactly. Peace of mind is a huge deal. And I'm glad they were able to fix it. You know, if not, the cool thing is, you know, they would have been able to fix it several different ways. They can fix the tire. They can fix the wheel. They'll replace it if they have to. I'm telling you, it's definitely a good deal, folks. This is just one of many stories. I'm sure if you talk to some people that are some RVs, friends that have been out there, they'll have similar stories. So if you're interested, make sure you sign up for it. Good Sam membership, 100% worth it. Caleb, Tiffany, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Ian.